Hi guys, it's Wanda Sparks here, and I'm doing coffee talk today with my sister-in-law, Maritza Hoffer.
Hi.
Say hello. Okay, Maritza, so we are today in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin on a girls' trip.
Having a good time.
Having
relaxing.
a good time, and we had our coffee already. But when we had our coffee, we've had some conversations here because we have girl talk, and we've just been talking about, so Maritza and I have a lot in common. As far as we're both divorced women, right?
Yes,
Been
we
divorced for a long time.
So have I.
Yes. And we're good friends with our exes. So we talk about the relationships that we have with our ex-husbands and how they're part of our lives now. Because when you get divorced after you've been married for so long, you still have a family with this person. So it's not like you sign the papers and that's it, they're done. So you were married to Brad for
Yes,
how long?
For like 15 years. And granted, in the beginning, you know, when you're going through a divorce, it's not pretty.
No.
You go through your stuff. You hate each other. You don't want to see each other, but you try to do the best you can for your kids. And there was an instance that we had where I says, no matter what happens between me and you, I am the mother of your children.
Absolutely.
And I deserve respect. And then the same thing, he is the father of my children, and I need to give you respect also, no matter what we went through prior to us getting to the point where we're at now.
And I've met Brad, and he's an awesome guy, and I love the dynamic that you guys have, and it's similar to the dynamic that I have with Edwin, because you guys still do things together as a family. You go on vacations, like, you know, he's been there for you through everything, and you've been there for him. You know, like you still go have Thanksgiving with his family, and your kids are grown, and you have grandkids, and it's like you don't really need to do that, but that's your family, and it's hard to.
We've never separated the fact, like my brother-in-laws to me, even though we're not together anymore, they're still my brother-in-laws, my sister-in-law, she's still my mother-in-law, and that's how we've been all these years, and that hasn't changed.
Okay, but this is the thing. Now, this is how our situation differs. Like, I have never remarried. I haven't even really had a serious relationship since my separation from Edwin, where you haven't either, really, but Brad has been remarried. So it's like, how does that dynamic work when now there's like a third party in the relationship?
I did have a relationship with someone after Brad for like 12 years with this guy named Brian. That didn't work out. But as far as like with Brad for me, it was like, oh, you know what? She's yours now. He's yours. Y'all got to figure your own stuff out. You know what?
Figure it out.
I tell you, that's, over there. I always try to keep it where it's like I didn't want to get involved in, his new relationship. It didn't bother me. I was happy that he found love. It's because I was with someone also. I think what was important is to keep our relationship together with our kids.
Yeah. And see, that's hard because like Edwin and I just traveled through Europe together with our kids, and I can't imagine if I had a boyfriend or a husband, hey, my ex-husband's coming along too. So I think that would change. Maybe the holidays wouldn't be as bad, like we can sit down and share a meal, but are we going on vacation? Are we going to breakfast on Saturday mornings? Like, there's kind of a fine line there.
Right, and I'm not in a relationship right now, so to say, so I think that's why it works for me now.
Right now,
if there was a man in my life, I don't know if I would be doing all of these things.
Right.
But
because he's like, where are you going with your ex?
Exactly. But, I know that my ex would understand, you know what, I can go this time with you.
Yeah.
Because, I'm in a relationship and I got to start something new. But I think that he would be okay with it because that's where we're at. We just want each other to be happy.
I know, and I think you kind of reached that point because you share so many years with someone. Like, I was 18 years with Edwin, and like, you don't stop loving them. I think the love just kind of changes. And
to me it's like I always tell my kids, not in love with your dad, but I love him. There's still that love because he is the father of my children. That'll never change, and it's like I always feel that if he ever needed me or anything were to happen to him, I'd be devastated.
Yeah.
Because we have become close. When he comes down to visit from California,
he stays with you.
He stays with me. So it's not like we're sleeping in the same bed together.
No, but he's welcomed at your house.
He's welcome in my house anytime, and there's nothing that I know that this man will not do for me or for my kids. and vice versa.
Yeah, and see with Edwin, it is a little different because we haven't had the dynamic of that third party. But if he were to get remarried or even have a serious girlfriend, I wouldn't be opposed to. Yeah, she can come for dinner, or it's one of our kids' birthdays and she can join us.
Right,
I mean, like I said, the vacation thing would be a little different. But
yeah,
it would
I don't know if I would do the vacation thing altogether. But dinner and stuff, yeah, why not? Because you want to get everybody involved, and it's about getting along and learning how to respect him and him respecting you and whatever new partners that you may have.
Because you've been divorced for how long, did you say?
Oh my God. I would say over 20 years. So.
Yeah, so that's definitely like, okay, mine is more recent. It's only been like 7 years, 7 going on 8 years. So the dynamic of all of that is different. Like he can still get married and have kids and, that's not what I want. But it would take a special guy in my life to have to understand that dynamic, like, oh, your ex-husband's coming to Christmas dinner, or but it's like he's part of the group. Like you're accepting me, my kids, the dog, and the ex-husband.
Okay, right. And a lot of people don't understand that you can still be friends with your ex and still have those holidays spent together. Now, whether you're in a new relationship and you're hopefully the next person that you're with will understand that dynamic.
Yeah.
Of that's good. It's a family thing, and you're going to keep it going because that for me that'll never change. I would always still be part of that dynamic with us.
Yeah,
family,
and then
come over to see the kids whenever it is that you want. They're your children too.
And that's great for the kids because even though your kids are older, or they're not kids, they're adults.
Yeah.
But they still have that where they don't have to choose between mom and dad.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
it's like no, we can all do it together. Why not? So it definitely takes a mature and responsible approach to it.
Yeah, you do. You have to really think, about yourself, your kids, the relation that you have, and just keep it moving, keep it happy. Life is too short, and I said he's the father of my children. He's always going to be around.
Yeah.
So hopefully my next relationship, my partner will understand that because that's not going to change.
Yeah, but total package is what I come with.
Package, and we're hoping that we do find love somewhere.
Oh my God!
Soon along the line.
But speaking of finding love, and that's the hard part for me because I do have Edwin in my life who is still a part of it, so I know that anything that I need, he's there. And I know Brad does the same thing for you, but that's how Edwin is. Whatever I need, like I can just call him and he's there. And I don't know how that would be hard for another man to, one, fill his shoes, and two, to accept it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like, wait, why are you calling your ex-husband in the middle of the
it's
night? It's
like
like
a confident man to be able to do that. They have to be confident with you and your relationship.
But but even Edwin has said to me why am I helping you move when you need someone to move, or why am I the one helping you out when you need it?
Baby daddy.
Exactly. It's like, well, when you're sick, why am I coming over with soup? And it's like, well, I don't have anybody else. That's your job. I mean, if you want to give it up freely to somebody, that's fine. But guess what? You're stuck with me.
Right.
But he knows that I would do the same for him, and I have. When we do separate vacations, we take care of each other's dogs, and we're just there for each other and the kids, and he's really my person. And I think maybe I become comfortable in that, but that's a whole nother coffee talk, right?
Because we do become comfortable when we need them and stuff. So.
Yeah, so because I have them, so for me it's not that important. I need to find somebody to be with, or I need to be in a relationship. Because I still get that support that I would get from someone I'd be in a relationship with. Only I get it with my ex-husband, and it's hard to understand. People are always like, I don't understand why you can't make it work.
Yeah.
If you're friends and you're there for each other and you support each other, why can't you be together? And I even told you that the other day. I'm like, Maritza, Brad's a good-looking man. What's going on, girl?
But I guess we've been
and I hear that all the time with Edwin.
We've been separated for so long. That it's kind of like you love them, but you're not in love with them, know, and it's
that romance part has passed.
Yeah, the romance has passed, and I'm just glad that he is still in my life, as a friend, as a father to my children. But he was, here when my mom passed, I was there when his dad passed. So we've gone through so much that that friendship will never ever
No,
end.
and I think
that
it
love that
grows.
I have
Yeah, it
for
grows
him,
differently.
It's different, you know.
Yes.
So
Yeah, no, definitely. Because
there is nothing wrong with being friends with your ex, and you just hope that when you do find another partner, that they understand that dynamic, you know.
yeah, and I mean, and that's how it was. Like, you know, as some of you know, like my son passed away, and just having Edwin there, it was on a different level,
Right.
You know, because when we gave his eulogy, like he stood there and he held my hand and he was there for me, and I didn't come home for a couple weeks. I stayed in his house with him, you know, and you would think that something like that would be enough to be like, oh, maybe we should revisit
right,
this,
exactly.
because we can be here for each other on that level. But I think it's part of it's run its course, because I now look at him like, oh, he's almost like my brother. I don't want to say it, but
Yeah.
it's like the romance
Right,
part
exactly.
is gone.
I feel that way too. It's
yes.
like you feel like, you know, even though you're together and they're there for you for whatever support that you need,
Yeah,
it's that romance thing is just
it's not there, and it's hard for people to grasp, because they're like, you know, he's a good-looking man. Well, yeah, he is, but he's just not the man for me. But he is. I'll say that whatever girl or woman he ends up with is lucky. Definitely
and,
lucky.
you know,
You're getting a good
Brad,
man, and you're getting me and the
and
dog and the kids.
We're always going to be part of that package. So
I'm
if our
part of
ex-
the.
Yeah.
Yes, I come along with them.
If
You know,
them exes ever
No.
find anybody, just like if we ever
Yes.
find anybody, we all come together
We
as
all-
a package.
yes,
so.
and that's how
And I
it
think
is.
it's a good thing. It's just knowing that you.
So I think I just cut the men pool by 50%. They're like, she got too much baggage.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's already a bad
yeah.
pool, and now I cut it
But
by
you
50%.
never know who that person that you meet may have the same thing.
Yes.
So
yeah.
it, you know, we're
Oh
really,
yeah, he's
you
gonna
know,
have baggage. He's
Yeah.
at my age. He's gonna have kids and an ex and God
Yeah.
knows what, you know. And I'd rather that than someone who's like, I'm not taking care of my kids, or
Right.
I can't get along with my
Absolutely.
ex-girlfriend or my ex-wife, you know.
And,
So
yeah, and it's understanding too when they have their own relationships with somebody else that, you know, we have to also as women accept whoever they're going to be with and hope, you know, that that dynamic as a whole family can come together and everybody get along.
absolutely.
You know, it's like I went through a rough time
I
back
know.
in the day.
Oh yeah.
And never want to do that again. It's like, you know, you got to find peace, harmony, and love with your family.
Oh my
And
God.
whoever-
Okay, Walter Mercado.
Yes, you know, peace, love, and harmony, and, you know,
Oh
and that's
my
what
God.
it is, you know.
Yes. So if you want to hear more about my dynamic relationship with Edwin, you can read about it in my book, Table for One. Find it
Read
on
the book.
Amazon. Read it. Read the book. Amazon, the book patch. Look me up. I am Wanda Sparks on YouTube and Instagram.
I am
stay
with Wanda
tuned.
Sparks.
She is with Wanda Sparks. And we're going to get back to our vacation here. We're going to go take a dip in the pool. So it was nice of you to watch. Thank you for watching. And we're going to do the wine talk.
Yes, we're going to do wine
That's the real talk.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, we may say be spilling more beans than we should, but look out for that one.
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching.
Have a good one.
Bye.